Hello future RNs, this is Sir Josh, and for this recorded lecture, we are going to discuss about your disruptive behavior disorders. Ibig sabihin po, nurses, ng ating mga disruptive behavior disorders, that include problems with what? Problems with person's ability to regulate his or her emotions or even with their behaviors. And usually, it is characterized by persistent patterns of behavior that involve anger, your hostility, and or aggression toward people and property. So under this type of disorders, meron po tayong tatlong disorders. So what are these? Number one, we have your ODD or your oppositional defiant disorder. Ano pa? We also have here your conduct disorder. And then lastly, meron po tayong tinatawag na intermittent explosive disorder. So tatalakayin muna natin yung tinatawag natin na ODD or your oppositional o defiant disorder. Okay, so sabi dito, your ODD, it consists of an enduring pattern of uncooperative, defiant, disobedience, and hostile behavior toward authority figures without major antisocial violations. Ibig sabihin, nurses, pag sinabi natin tong ODD, yung mismong client natin, they have that persistent pattern of what? Meron kasi silang persistent pattern of that angry mood and nagkakaroon sila ng defiant behavior that usually occurs frequently, okay, more frequently than is usually observed in some individuals of comparable age and developmental level and tawag dito, it already interferes with their other areas of important functioning, like for example, with their social functioning, with their education, and for adults naman with their occupational functioning. Okay? And pag sinabi kasi nating ODD and nurses, it is more common in children and adolescents. Typically, pag yung mga client natin, ang makikita natin sa mga client na mayroong ODD is that they have that distinct, na tawag dito, they have that distinct na behavior that is usually pervasive and we could already consider it as more disruptive. Okay? And usually when it comes to its onset, nurses, it typically begins by 8 years of age and usually not later than early adolescence. And when it comes to its prevalence, mas predominant po na mas maraming mga kalalakihan ang merong ODD compared sa mga kababaihan before puberty. And when you say ODD, it precedes your conduct disorder, particularly kapag yung mismong tawag dito, pinagkaiba kasi talaga ng ODD from your oppositional defiant disorder is that we have to differentiate or we have to distinguish kung kailan or yung mismong onset nagkaroon or nagmanifest ng mga behavior or disruptive behavior ang isang bata. Kasi ang isang tao, okay, na nagkaroon na merong ODD, okay, prior to 10 years old, that will proceed or that will tawag dito, that will lead into a conduct disorder. Okay? So what are the possible causes or our possible factors here? Okay, so number one here na pwedeng mag-contribute para magkaroon ng ODD ang isang tao. So meron tayong dalawa dito. We have your biological influences. Same true with your family influences. So under your biological influences, nurses, dito papasok yung mismong genetics. What else? Yung mismong temperament, and even with your biochemical alteration. So under your genetic, nurses, alam naman natin that there is a possibility na pwedeng magkaroon ng genetic transmission. For example, tawag dito, for example, yung mismong family members niyo or yung mismong parent itself, okay, merong possible na tawag dito, meron siyang mga pervasive and distinct na ganun, na mga disruptive behavior. Okay, so how about with your temperament? Sir, ano bang ibig sabihin ng temperament? Remember, nurses, pag sinabi nating temperament, yan po yung mismong, ang tawag dito, yan po yung mismong personality characteristic ng isang tao that would really define, okay, yung mismong mood and even with yung mismong behavioral tendency ng isang tao. Okay, so yun kasi yung ibig sabihin ng ating temperament. Ibig sabihin, yan po yung mismong personality characteristic ng isang tao that will define kung ano yung magiging mood and kung ano man yung magiging behavioral tendencies ng isang tao. Kumbaga, ito yung mismong summation or ito yung mismong sum, ng mismong, tawag dito, ito po yung mismong totality ng intellectual components ng isang tao and even that would really affect or that would really determine kung ano magiging action or kung ano magiging reaction ng isang tao. Okay, although when it comes to our biological influences kasi that is associated with your ODD, it's not that clear. It's not yet, it's still unclear, no, kung ano ba yung mismong correlation or association of your biological influences with the development of your ODD. Basta ang tandaan lang natin, nurses, yung mismong temperament kasi ng mga tao na merong ODD is that they have that difficulty, no, in regulating their emotions. And makikita natin sa kanila that they really have that very low frustration tolerance. Okay? So, ito po yung mga factors natin under your biological influences. Okay? That could contribute para magkaroon ka ng ODD. Okay? So, next naman here is your family influences. Okay? So, normally kasi nurses, okay, we could actually assess or we could actually observe, no, na yung mga bata, okay, as early as 10 months old or 10 to 11 months old, having that opposition, tawag dito, opposition or defiant na ganun na behavior, it's normal for them. It is actually considered as a healthy one, particularly sa mga bata, sa mga toddlers, no, and even with adolescents, makikita natin that they tend to be have that oppositional or they have that defiant behavior towards their parents, toward peers, and even with other people. Okay, lalo ba sa anything, yung mga tao that are considered or those who are considered as authoritative figures. Okay? And saka lang naman siya nagiging abnormal, nurses kapag yung mismong developmental phases na yan, okay, of having that opposition and defiant behavior is already prolonged. Dun po siya nagiging abnormal. And makikita talaga natin, no, upon our assessment that there's really that overreaction, okay, nung mismong tao sa paligid ng bata regarding with their behavior na pinapakita nila. Okay, so what are the possible family influences that could contribute, okay, para magkaroon ng ODD ang isang bata is that number one, we have here your combination of strong-willed with reactive and high energy temperament and parents who are authoritarian, okay, rather than authoritative. Anong ibig sabihin nito, nurses? Ibig sabihin, nurses, that yung mismong bata, okay, lumaki siya saan? Okay, lumaki siya, for example, sa isang family na talaga makikita mo na gano'n na they have that, tawag dito, very strict, for example, very authoritative yung family. Okay, so kapag gano'n kasi, from time to time or over time, na kapag for example, hindi nagiging consistent, no, yung mismong discipline, okay, or tawag dito, yung mismong pagbibigay ng attention, or even with a good parenting skills, pwede kasing maging defiant ang isang bata. Okay? And makikita natin na kasi naka-focus kasi sila yan dun sa mismong authority or kung sino yung mismo nagpapakita ng power and authority. Okay? And then aside from that one, parents become frustrated with the strong-willed child who does not obey and increase their attempts to enforce authority. So sabi ko nga kanina, no, they have that pag sinabi kasi nating ODD, no, tawag dito, they have that hostile behavior, no, toward authority figures. Okay, so that's why sa kanila kasi naka-integrate dun sa kanilang self-concept na gano'n na tawag dito para maging para maging yung mismong self-concept mo towards your self and with other people is nakafocus siya mismo dun sa mismong power and authority na meron ng isang tao. So you try to become tawag dito, you have that strong-willed, no, para maging reactive ka dun sa mga tao na possible na pwedeng mag-control or authoritative towards or over you, okay? And then, aside from that one, the child reacts to the excessive parental control with anger and self-assertion. Ibig sabihin, lalo pag nagiging punitive or masyadong strict or rigid yung mismong discipline, or makikita natin talaga nagiging inconsistent, or talaga makikita natin na masyadong harsh, no, yung mismong way ng pagdiscipline ng parents natin, mas lalo silang nagiging mas lalo silang nagkakaroon ng disobedience, okay, nagiging uncooperative sila, mas nagiging hostile sila toward their parents. Okay, so those are your family influences and your biological influences as part of the possible risk factors or your etiology para magkaroon ng isang tao or ang isang bata ng ODD. Okay? So, what are the possible assessment natin according to your DSM-5? Okay, it should last for at least 6 months as evidenced by at least 4 symptoms from any of the following, okay, categories, and exhibited during interaction with at least one individual, that is not sibling. Kasi sabi natin, no, it's not only, what you call this one, it's not only limited, okay, sa iisang setting, yung mismong pinapakita ng isang tao or ng isang bata na yung mismong kanyang behavior, maladaptive behavior. It can happen at any setting or hindi lang sa mismong family, or it can actually happen anywhere or kahit kaninong tao. Okay? Okay, and aside from that one, it is associated with distress in the individual or others in their immediate social context, and it does not occur exclusively during the course of psychotic, substance use, depressive, or bipolar disorder. Ibig sabihin, nurses, okay, yung mga client natin, no, na merong ODD, okay, when it comes to their assessment, talagang makikita natin sa kanila na they have that passive-aggressive behavior, di ba? Alam niyo naman ang ibig sabihin ng passive-aggressive behavior. And under your passive-aggressive behaviors, then, mga examples ito, they might be very stubborn, okay? They might be, they tend to procrastinate from time to time, nagiging disobedient sila. Okay, they have that negativism na pag-iisip. And usually talagang ito yung mga tao or ito yung mga bata na talagang matetes, no, yung mismong limit mo. Kasi talagang makikita natin sa kanila that they have that passive-aggressive behavior. Okay, that will really test your limit. Okay? And tandaan lang natin, nurses, that when it comes to your ODD, pagdating sa assessment natin, ang problema kasi talaga sa kanila is that they don't really see themselves, no, as being oppositional. Instead, okay, they tend to project it to other people. Okay, yung mismo mga problema nila, they tend to project it to other people. And para sa kanila kasi, ang human relationship, no, or any type of relationship, it is considered for them as na talagang very negative kasi nga sabi natin kanina, they have that negativism, no? And very unsatisfactory para sa kanila. And yung mismong kanilang oppositional attitude is really, sabi ko nga kanina, hindi lang naman yan directed sa kanilang mga kapatid or hindi lang naman yan directed sa kanilang parents, but on the latter part of their life, pwedeng maging tawag dito, yung kanilang oppositional attitude, okay, can be directed also to their peers or even with their parents, that will lead to possible problem dun sa kanilang interpersonal relationship. Okay? And even with pwede kasing mag-cause yan ng possible distress that will lead, okay, to possible development of other mental health disorders, like for example, depression, and even with your anxiety. And although hindi natin siya lagay dito, no, other symptoms kasi ng possible na merong ODD ang isang bata is that ito yung mga naglalayas, okay, they run away from their home. Ito yung mga merong truancy, hindi sila pumapasok, or hindi man lang sila nagpapaalam kung bakit hindi sila pumapasok, di ba? And they have that very poor educational achievement. Okay, nagiging underachiever sila. And minsan, kapag na-trigger mo sila, they might exhibit temper tantrums, mga ganon. And they might initiate fighting with their peers or with other people. Okay? And then, so, aside from that one, okay, ano ba yung pwede natin ma-assess or makita? Okay, na pwedeng mag-manifest sa mga tao na merong ODD. They are very angry, they're very irritable, ano pa? They are very argumentative, and they have that defiant behavior as one of the characteristics ng ODD, okay? And they have that vindictiveness. Okay? So, nurses, tandaan natin, no, pag sinabi natin, they're very angry, they're very irritable, okay? They often loses temper. Meaning, kapag, kapag nadi-disregard yung kanilang kagustuhan, since they have that very low frustration tolerance, talagang nawawalan sila ng control towards their, towards their emotions. Hindi nila nare-regulate na mabuti yung kanilang emotions. And that will lead to possible, pwede sila magkaroon ng temper tantrums. Okay? And they often, very touchy sila, or they are easily annoyed. Kahit mga konting stimulus lang yan, mabilis lang silang mairita, or they're very irritable. Okay? And they are often angry and resentful as well. Okay, so under naman your argumentative and defiant behavior, nurses, they often argue with authority figures or for children and adolescents or with adults, and they often actively defies or refuses okay, to comply with requests from authority figures or with rules. Kasi nga, sabi natin sa kanila, yung pagdating sa kanilang self-concept, mas nagiging mas nagiging defiant or mas nagiging oppositional sila kasi nga nakafocus sila much more with the authority or with the power na meron ang kanilang mga authoritative figures or yung kanilang mga parents or yung kanilang mga teachers or even with their peers as well. Okay? And they often deliberately annoys other. Okay? Talagang eting mga subtle, very subtle, no? Na kahit wala namang any reason para kutsain or para ibuli or para inisin ng isang tao, talagang nanginis talaga sila, napipikon ka talaga to the point na talaga pwede kang mapikon. Okay? And they often blame others for his or her mistake or projection, meaning, sabi nga natin kanina, okay, the defense mechanism na talagang ginagamit nila is your projection. Kasi nga sabi natin kanina, they can see their behavior as oppositional. Okay? They tend to blame other people for their own difficulties as well. Okay? And then, aside from that one, they have that vindictiveness. Ano bang ibig sabihin ng vindictiveness, nurses? Talagang yung kanila talagang merong pinanghuhugutan or talagang malalim yung pinanggagalingan kung bakit minsan gusto nilang maghiganti. Okay? Yun kasi ang ibig sabihin ng vindictiveness. Okay? They have that feelings na talagang very intense yung reason kung bakit parang gusto nilang maghiganti. Okay? And has been spiteful or vindictive for at least twice within the past 6 months. Okay? So, when it comes to the assessment, nurses, ang tandaan kasi natin dito when it comes to your ODD is that you have to take note yung mismong persistence or yung mismong frequency nung kanilang yung kanilang mga maladaptive behavior. If it's yung kanilang pinapakita ba ng mga behavior is within normal limits lang ba? Compared kapag ito ay considered as symptomatic already, no? And usually nurses, pagdating sa mga bata, no, na below 5 years old, it can happen or it can occur on most days for at least 6 months dapat yan para mo consider mo na, merong ODD ditong batang to. And kapag sa mga bata naman, na 5-year-old older nurses, it can actually happen at least once a week. Okay, once a week na makikita natin sila ng mga maladaptive behaviors. Okay, and aside from that one, nurses, you really have to specify yung mismong current severity, okay, that ranges from mild, okay, moderate, and severe one. Under your mild kasi, nurses, yung mga symptoms are already confined to only one setting. Okay, diba sabi natin kanina yun, no? Only one set. Yung mismo mga symptoms na pinapakita ng bata na meron siyang ODDs that it is only confined to only one setting. May it be at home, okay? May it be at school, or may it be at work, or even with the presence of other people or yung mga peers niya. Okay? However, pag sinabi naman nating moderate, it is present in at least 2 settings yan. It can be at home, sa school man, or for example, sa trabaho. Okay? And kapag severe na yan, nurses, okay, it can happen or it is present in 3 or more settings already. Okay? So, yun po yung mismong specifiers natin para ma-consider natin kung gaano ka-severe yung mismong mga symptoms na pinapakita ng bata or ng isang tao na merong ODD. Okay, so what are the possible nursing diagnosis natin here? Okay, number 1, we have your non-compliance with therapy related to negative temperament, denial of problems, and underlying hostility. What else? Meron din tayo dito yung defense coping related to retarded ego development, low self-esteem, unsatisfactory parent-child relationship. What else? Low self-esteem related to lack of positive feedback and retarded ego development. And then lastly, meron tayong impaired social interaction related to negative temperament, underlying hostility and manipulation of others. Okay, so what will be our possible nursing interventions in nurses? Okay, so under your first diagnosis, okay, number 1 is that you have to set what? You have to set a structured plan of therapeutic activities and start with minimum expectations and increase as client begins to manifest evidence of compliance. Kasi in this problem, okay, in this possible nursing diagnosis natin, our outcome criteria kasi talaga when it comes to our goals talaga, no, kahit mapa-short term goal man yan or long term goal, ang number 1 goal kasi natin sa kanila is that yung mismong client dati na merong ODD, dapat nagpa-participate yung mga yan and nagko-cooperate during therapeutic activities. Okay, na hindi na natin sila pinipilit pa. Okay, hindi na tayo nagse-set ng limits or hindi na tayo nagiging hindi na natin sila pinipilit to engage okay, or to participate or even cooperate during therapeutic activities. Okay, so yun ang isa sa mga goal kasi natin, no? And aside from that one, as part of the long-term goal, dapat yung mismong client na merong ODD, if you're going to work with them, in the long run, dapat nakakapag-complete na sila ng mga assigned tasks sa kanila willingly and independently dapat. Okay? So, in here, when you're going to set forth a structured plan of therapeutic activities kasi, mas nakakapag-provide kasi tayo ng security para sa kanila. And kapag nag-start tayo with minimum expectation, hindi natin sa binigla, okay, hindi sila kasi yan mo-overwhelm. And saka lang tayo mag-introduce, okay, ng mga more activities kapag nakikita natin na nagbabago yung mismong client natin or mas nakakapag-comply na siya dun sa mga pinapagawa natin sa kanya. Okay? And then, aside from that one, you have to establish a system of rewards for compliance with therapy and consequences of non-compliance. And then you have to ensure that the rewards and consequences are concepts of value to the client. Ibig sabihin, through positive reinforcement, okay, through even with your negative reinforcement, and even with your aversive reinforcement, di ba nasabi na natin yan before, it can actually contribute para sa ganun magkaroon yung mismong client ng mga desired changes dun sa kanyang mga behavior. Okay? And then you have to convey acceptance of clients separate from the undesirable behaviors being exhibited. Kasi pag tayo nurses, okay, nagkaroon tayo ng unconditional acceptance, yan kasi yung dilemma natin, no? Siyempre, ang hirap-hirap talaga mag-handle ng mga ganitong klaseng client or mga bata or mga pasyente. Talagang mapuput yung mismong yung mismong talagang matetes yung mismong limits mo sa kanila. But okay, if you're going to convey acceptance to them, unconditional acceptance to them, that enhances kasi yung kanilang self-worth eh. Kasi the more na mas na-enhance or na-increase yung kanilang self-worth, nurses, mas nakakapag-contribute tayo para sa ganun, ma-decrease nila or mabawasan nila yung kanilang need para magkaroon na again ng passive-aggressive behavior or passive aggression, okay, towards other people. Okay? Kaya example kasi nito, if if we convey that acceptance to them, dapat sinasabi natin sa kanila na it's not about them, no? But it's all about their behavior that is considered as unacceptable. Okay? So, next naman tayo, nurses, sa ating next na diagnosis, we have here, number 1, nursing intervention. You have to help the client to what? To recognize that feelings of inadequacy provoke defensive behaviors such as blaming others for problems and the need to get even. Okay? Kasi ang goal natin dito, nurses, no? Ang goal talaga natin sa mismong diagnosis or problem na to is that matutulungan natin kasi yung client natin para mag-verbalize nung kanyang personal responsibility for their own difficulties. Okay? And aside from that one, dapat natututunan nilang tanggapin or magkaroon sila ng ma-accept nila yung mismong responsibility for their own behavior and magkaroon siya ng mas maayos na interaction without being or becoming defensive. Okay? So, number 1 here, sabi natin kanina, you have to help them recognize that feelings of inadequacy, okay, that really provoke defensive behavior. Kasi the time that you already recognize the problem, okay, pag na-recognize nila na meron silang problema, that's already the first step toward initiating change. Okay? And number 2 here, you have to provide immediate, okay, non-threatening feedback for passive-aggressive behavior. Kasi, sabi nga natin kanina, yung mismong client natin na merong ODD, they tend to really deny the responsibility for their own problems or for their own behavior. And they deny that inappropriateness of their own behavior. Kaya magbigay tayo ng immediate and non-threatening feedback for their passive-aggressive behavior. And then we have to help identify situations that provoke defensiveness and practice through role play more appropriate responses. Kasi through role playing, nurses, no, mas nakakapag-provide tayo ng confidence para sa kanila. Para sa ganun, alam nilang i-deal yung mga difficult situation kahit hindi pa ito nangyayari or kahit hindi pa nila ito na-encounter. Okay? And then lastly, we have to provide immediate positive feedback for acceptable behavior. Kasi when it comes to your giving your positive feedback or reinforcement, very significant or very essential ito sa mga bata, no? Para sa ganun, since merong ODD yan, they tend to respond to immediate gratification, di ba? So, importante na dapat nakakapagbigay tayo from time to time ng mga positive feedback towards their acceptable behavior. Kasi, kapag ganun, that increases their self-worth, that increases their self-esteem, and then, that encourages repetition ng mga desirable or acceptable na behavior na dapat nilang pinapakita. Okay? So, next naman here, with this nursing diagnosis, which is your low self-esteem related to lack of positive feedback, okay, related to ego development. Tandaan natin, nurses, ng pinaka-goal dapat natin dito as part of our outcome criteria, dapat yung mismong client natin, no, nakakapag-participate siya, okay, in their own self-care, and mas nagagawa nilang i-discuss yung mga iba't ibang aspeto ng kanilang buhay, okay, which that or tawag dito, that made them feel good about themselves, okay? So aside from that one, dapat yung mismong client natin na merong ODD when it comes to this nursing diagnosis is that mas natututunan nilang i-demonstrate, kumbaga, yung kanilang increased feelings of their self-worth. Okay? By how? Paano natin makikita that they nag-increase, okay, yung kanilang self-worth or feelings of self-worth? By, of course, kapag yung client natin nakakapag-verbalize na siya, no, ng mga positive statements about themselves. And talaga makikita natin sa kanila, okay, they tend to exhibit, okay, lesser manipulative behaviors, okay? And then, what will be our interventions for that one para ma-achieve natin or para ma-meet natin yung mismong goal na yan? Okay, so number one, you have to ensure that goals are considered as realistic. Okay, kasi kapag nagbigay tayo or nag-set tayo ng mga unrealistic na goals kay patient, that will lead to possible failure. Mag-fail yung mga hindi nila magagawa, hindi nila ma-accomplish yung mga goals or tasks na pinapagawa natin sa kanila, and that will decrease their self-esteem, di ba? What else? We have to plan activities that provide opportunities for success. Kasi, remember, when it comes to your success, with success, mas na-enhance natin yung mismong self-esteem natin kasi nga, nagkakaroon tayo ng sense of fulfillment, okay, towards something na kailangan nating ma-accomplish or pwede nating or kaya nating gawin, okay? And then you have to convey unconditional acceptance and positive regard. Kasi, the more na mas nagkakaroon ng affirmation, ina-affirm natin sa kanila that they are a worthwhile human being, no? That means, or that equates to what? Mas nag-increase yung kanilang self-esteem. And then next, you have to set limits on manipulative behavior. Okay, take caution not to reinforce manipulative behaviors by providing desired attention. And aside from that one, we have to identify the consequences of manipulation and administer consequences matter-of-factly when manipulation occurs. Remember, I think dito papasok yung mismong tinatawag natin na aversive reinforcement. Ibig sabihin, okay, through your aversive reinforcement, alam niyo naman ang ibig sabihin ng aversive, okay, every time no, na magpakita, okay, mag-exhibit ng unacceptable behavior or undesirable behavior yung client natin, we have to limit setting or set limits for that behavior. And then, pag nag-set tayo ng limits, okay, we have to set them or we have to discuss to them. Okay, we have to identify yung mga possible consequences ng kanilang undesirable behavior or unacceptable behavior. So, ganun po yung tinatawag natin na aversive reinforcement. Okay, so aside from that one, lastly, we have to help client understand that he or she uses this behavior to try to increase their own self-esteem. And intervention should reflect other actions to accomplish that goal. Kasi yung mga client natin na mayroong ODD, okay, they tend to feel better no, about themselves, particularly kapag they have that urge to manipulate other people. Kasi the more na mas nagiging authoritative sila, the more na mas pakiramdam nila, mas nag-i-increase yung kanilang self-worth, which is not. Okay? So, importante na dapat yung client natin, nakakaramdam sila na they feel better about themselves. Okay? Kasi pag ganun, okay, na tawag dito, merong satisfactory no, towards themselves, yung mismong need nila to manipulate other people will eventually diminish, okay, or magdi-decrease. Okay, so last here with your another problem here, identified problem here, which is your impaired social interaction related to lack, negative temperament, underlying hostility, manipulation of others. So number one intervention here, nurses, is that you have to what? You have to develop a trusting relationship with the client, convey acceptance of the person separate from that unacceptable behavior. Kasi ang goal talaga natin dito, nurses, is that yung mismong client natin, okay, they are going to interact, okay, in an age-appropriate manner with the nurse during one-to-one, tawag dito, one-to-one interaction or relationship, at least within 1 week. Kasi yun yung mismong, kumbaga, yun yung mismong short-term goal natin para sa kanila. And next, aside from that one, nurses, is that dapat yung client natin, okay, as part of the long-term plan or goal natin para sa kanila, they are able to interact with staff and even with the peers, no, using using your age appropriate behaviors or acceptable or desirable behaviors. Okay, so in here, bakit kailangan nating mag-develop ng trusting relationship with them? Kasi that increases their feelings of self-worth, and para sa ganun, mas ma-decrease nila yung mismong feelings of rejection over time. Okay? And what else? You have to explain to client about passive-aggressive behavior, explain how these behaviors are perceived by others, describe which behaviors are not acceptable, and role-play more adaptive responses. And lastly, you have to give positive feedback for acceptable behavior. Kasi through role-playing nurses, no, ito yung mismong way nila para sa ganun, makapag-practice sila ng mga behaviors, okay, that do not come readily to the client. And that will make it easier for them kapag nandun na yung mismong situation or that situation already or actually occurs. Okay? And with your positive feedback talaga, positive feedbacking, mas na-enhance kasi natin, no, yung mismong repetition, okay, ng desirable behavior. Okay? And then lastly, we have to provide peer group situations for client. Kasi, remember nurses that when it comes to your peer group situations, okay, mas nakakapag-provide kasi tayo ng atmosphere na tawag dito na pwedeng magamit ng mismong client natin yung mga behaviors that are being practiced already, okay, in their role playing. And aside from that one, yung mismong client natin, if we provide peer group situations for them, nagkakaroon sila ng mismong appropriate social behavior. That is minsan, okay, yung mga behavior na yun kasi it can be learned naman, di ba? Okay, that is actually appropriate during, during your group situations. Okay, so that's it for our discussion with your oppositional defiant disorder.